Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a bit of a blitzkrieg. I haven't had time to record the last week and a half, which is a really good sign. We are absolutely up the walls. So there's a lot going on here. I'll take you through everything, but I will be getting this all clipped up in the next 20 minutes. I'm going to start off with the issues, because I know you love issues. 3 EGRs we've had to do in the last week. We're currently in the middle of one. We had one on a BMW come back on warranty, and we have a Q5 there with an EGR issue, but we're getting out of that. That's working out nicely. So there's always a battle between Audi and BMW. Some people are diehard Audi, some people are diehard BMW. I was always an Audi man before. As the years went on, I've shifted towards BMW. Still love my Audis though. The A3 is going live later on this morning. But we sold a 17 G31, the estate one that you've seen in previous videos, and it came back with an engine light on. So we got the car back here, sent it into the workshop, EGR fault. I rang BMW, I said, by any chance is there a recall on the EGR on these cars? Because all the older F-Series had recalls on them. I didn't think they were on the G-Series, but lo and behold, they've started a recall on them. So, Audi are known for giving EGR issues. All their Ultra engines, which the Ultra engine is the Euro 6, I think it's called. More emission stuff inside them, and the EGRs get blocked, so do the DPFs. We have an Audi A5 that was only sold a few days, and next thing the engine light came on. Got it in, got it checked out, EGR. We've just pulled out the engine on the whole car. It's a huge job on an Audi compared to BMW, by the way. So engine has to be dropped, DPF, EGR, all that stuff has to be removed and has to be sent off to be cleaned. The DPF is actually really good. The EGR wasn't even that bad. I've seen a lot worse, but we're going to send it all off to be cleaned. The whole lot of it, the DPF included, so the customer doesn't have to worry about it. So we also have the Q5 there, which has an EGR fault. An Audi technician inquired about it, and he's happy to take the car at a discount and him do something with the EGR. I don't know what he's going to do with it, but he's going to get it sorted himself. He's a man with means, I suppose, working on Audi. He probably has cheaper and better ways of doing it than we do. So we're getting out of that one luckily, because I wasn't going to be able to prep that car until probably the week after next, because we've a few warranty jobs, a few other sticky jobs here. That heavy Jeep was going to sit here for a long time before I could even advertise it properly. Got out of that lucky. But anyway, back to my point on the BMWs and Audis. I was discussing this with my mechanic. I was saying, Audi should have done an EGR recall years ago. And then I got thinking about it after the conversation. They probably shouldn't have had. Although Audis are actually more prone to EGR faults, the reason BMW do the recall on them, it's not because they're looking after the customer and they want customer satisfaction. It's because when an EGR goes in a BMW, it can actually go on fire. Look, it doesn't happen too often, but I've heard of cases. If the EGR isn't done on recall, you're at risk of it going up in smoke. Audis, although they do get blocked up, and although they're way more expensive to fix because they're harder to work on, it's an engine out job, they don't actually go on fire. They just get blocked up, no one's at risk. It's not their problem. So that is the crack with the EGRs. Thank God BMW do recalls on them. And in fairness to BMW, although they are just covering their arses because they don't want to be sued, they do still give excellent service with the recalls. Straight in, they collected the car and all, had it sorted within a day. Again, Care, Morrison's BMW, the best main dealer in the whole country. I will stand on that hill till I die. They are an unbelievable garage. In regards to sales, we have a lot going on, very, very busy. We started off the month with very low stock, but we've been flying. We're averaging about 5 cars a week. We're into the 3rd week. So yeah, really good, delighted with it. I'll show you around the yard and give you a look at what's here and what's been selling. So we are currently low on stock, but we have 19 cars landing from Japan probably tomorrow. So buzzing for that. We have an A3 there ready to go live. Both of these are sold. This was sold twice. This had a deposit on it for a week and the deal didn't go ahead. The customer just couldn't stomach the APR. Look, they were sound. They were like, understand, I forfeit my deposit. You've held the car up for a week. After reviewing it over the week, we can't stomach the high APR. They're new to the country. They lived in America for a long time. They weren't bad applicants at all. They just had no credit history. So the mainstream banks wouldn't give them a good APR. So look, they were sound. It sold again the very next day, and that's been collected on Saturday. We have a lot of interest in the two of those cars over there. Someone is waiting to get back to me today about trading in a Sportline Kodiaq against that 5 Series. This came in yesterday and it sold straight away to a long-term inquiry, a local girl from Clonmel. She's absolutely lovely, Chloe. This came in yesterday as well, and I'd say it could be sold before the day is out. 68,000 kilometres, and this is the cleanest 2016 CLA in the country. Sunroof, massive buzz about that car. It won't last too much longer. This was bought 2 or 3 weeks ago and we still don't have it prepped. Too many big jobs going on at the minute, and there's a heater matrix that needs doing. The whole dash has to come out. It's not a big deal, but it's just a hassle of a job. This car here, I stayed back to show this car to a customer. I stayed here till about 8:30 one night last week. A couple from Limerick. They asked me would I do a late viewing or they could see it on Saturday. There was a lot of buzz in the car, so I said, look, I don't want you to miss out. I'll stay late. So they came down, we had everything agreed. They're going to sleep on it for the night. And then they just texted me the next night saying they didn't want to go for it. Didn't really get an explanation, they just didn't want to go for it. So kind of decided there and then I wasn't doing evening appointments anymore. Spending time with my child was more important, but that car is now sold. It sold about a day or two later to a lovely man from Cashflow. This came in as well, a black edition A4. That is a cracker. So needs a timing belt and a service. And this only lasted a couple of days in stock as well. This is the cleanest Irish original 2019 5 Series in the country. I genuinely believe that. There was massive demand for that car and it is now sold. So things have been moving super smoothly, like ridiculously smoothly. Nearly every month you'll have cars sold and people will be waiting for payouts from insurance, or finance will be messy. Cars are being sold, they're being paid for the next day, they're going out. A Ford Focus came in as a trade-in. We had it advertised a day. Young guy came in, it was a referral. We sold a car to his friend a few weeks ago. He came in, looked at the car, drove it. He was out in it about 45 minutes later. Money in the bank, ready to be turned over again. So that kind of thing just keeps happening. We're having a belter of a month that way. Couple of warranty issues. We sold a lovely low mileage 16 diesel Octavia. That's currently being looked at now. Again, another heater matrix. Cold air coming out when it should be hot. It's a common fault in the Volkswagen Audi group stuff. Not as big a job as it would be in the Audi. I don't think it's a dash out thing. So that needs to be sorted. Apart from that, we are super busy. I am inundated with inquiries. It got to a stage a few days ago where I was actually afraid to post on social media. I'd hand over photos taken, and I sold a lovely Passat to a girl I know from Dundrum. Well, I know her brother fairly well. I went to school with him. And the handover photo had been sitting in my phone. I was like, fuck, I need to put up the handover photo of Cleena. And I was afraid to. I was like, too many inquiries. I can't keep on top of it. I don't want any more attention. This is a good complaint, by the way. I'm not I'm not sour about it at all. So I said, you know what? Sunday now, I'll just throw it up. Threw it up. 10 minutes later, a few inquiries started coming through. I was like, oh, Jesus. I need to get in early now Monday morning and get on top of it. But I've been working my way back through it. I've been coming in early most mornings, and things are starting to settle down a small bit. I'll start hitting the social media again hard, probably today or tomorrow. 19 cars, as I said, coming in. So we were not supposed to get these cars. These were meant to be 6 months delayed. We weren't meant to get them till halfway through February, right? So I had been spending money on Irish stock. I've deals agreed on Irish cars, and they're due to come in over the next few days. So I was going through my money. Next thing we get an email saying your cars are landing in 3 days. Had to pay the guts of 100 grand. Now, luckily, things have been moving good. There's a lot of cash flow. There's money in the account. We're okay financially that way. But if we were having a bad week, bear in mind I have a 20 grand VAT bill, I'd say, that's gone out this morning. Like, I could be in serious hot water, because you can't get the customs paper until you have the remainder of the cars paid for, all the shipping and all that kind of stuff paid for. It's a lot of money. So yeah, I was fortunate there. But look, getting the 19 cars that we thought weren't coming till next month, that's hugely exciting. Other big news I have is we are actively looking to take someone on. That member of staff will be coming on board soon, hopefully. Loads of CVs flying in. It's an unusual role. It's not a straight up sales role. It's procurement and doing a bit of logistics, and they will be doing some sales. So it's a really interesting role. They'll be getting a real insight into the motor trade, into every aspect of it. And it's a really important role. This hire has to be correct. So I'll be taking my time, won't be rushing into it. A few good CVs in, chatting to some people I know as well who are interested in waiting for them to send CVs. So that's looking very positive. So it's all go here. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.